Hello, this is Chelsea Lyons with the Real Progressives. I am in Standing Rock, North Dakota. Still, I spoke with most of you this morning, and obviously, there's been some big developments since this morning. And I think earlier we were talking about maybe they'll just accidentally finish, and it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case now, since the Army Corps recently announced that they are not going to grant the permit for the easement under the river. So obviously, this is a huge win. They're going to do the environmental impact study that we have so desperately asked for repeatedly. So, this is something that we have wanted them to do for months. They are finally agreeing to do it. So, this is a huge win, but I would not in any way say that the black snake is dead. While we are 100% rejoicing and celebrating in Standing Rock, in fact, I've never seen a day like today with the amount of people who are here. We're up to like 20,000 now just in the last few hours. There's a line to get into camp that goes over a mile past the camp. You can just see headlights as far as the eye can see. Um, Even getting out of camp is impossible. It took us 40 minutes to drive out of the camp because there were so many cars in line who could not get out to the road. There's like no room to put any more cars. That's how many people are at camp right now. So it's definitely like an incredibly joyous, momentous occasion, but I'm not exactly going to say that I'm excited enough to say that this is over and that everybody's going home and people are going to pack up shop, because I mean, Dapple's still out there until they've removed their equipment and their employees. I don't think that we are necessarily at that point. And we've had this moment before at camp of the, oh shit, Obama's here to save us now. But that wasn't the case then, and that's not the case now. This is exactly what happened in September when he called for the halt of construction, and then everybody was like, oh, they're not building it anymore. And it took them 2 months to figure out that, yeah, they were still building it and it didn't actually go away. So while I am very excited that this is a big win, I don't think that this is like the massive victory that we've been hoping for. While they don't while they don't have a permit to go under the easement, they can still continue to drill until they reach the Army Corps marker. So they don't actually have to stop working right now. It just means that they can't go under that portion. And also, like, nothing has actually changed. Before, they did not have a permit. Now they've had an actual permit denial. They can still drill under the river, and all they get is a fine. While now it'll make it harder for the police to actively protect them and guard them as they're officially breaking the law. That doesn't mean that they can't do it. And they're not going to get arrested for drilling under the river. I would get arrested if I drilled under the river, but they're most certainly not going to get arrested for drilling under the river. They're going to get a fine that they can 100%, deal with. So the consensus around camp is very much, we are super happy this happened. This is a very big win. This is something that we worked for. It means that everything that we are doing here has been noticed and not necessarily being pushed under the rug. But this is still only a denial of a permit. They did not say that they had to halt construction. They did not place any demands in saying that they needed to go anywhere. So this is a huge win, but it is not a total victory yet. They are still there. The police are still there. While we're having a huge celebration, the situation has not changed as much as one would think. So I personally am hesitant to get too overwhelmingly excited about this until I actually see them pull out their employees, pull out the police forces, pull out the construction equipment, dismantle the drill pad. I mean, as long as that is still sitting there, we haven't quite won so far. So yes, Samantha, exactly. This is, we won a battle. We did not win the war. And there's also still just talks about a reroute. So while it would take them a ton of money to reroute, it would probably be better off than them actually just taking a total loss and not rerouting it at all. So it's not dead. It's just hit a severe roadblock that we most definitely caused. We have caused them a severe roadblock, and that I am very happy about, but I would not say that it is totally dead. So, I mean, to trust them to comply, as you would say, they haven't had a permit the whole time. They've been doing whatever they wanted the whole time. And it hasn't stopped them before. So, well, this is like a little bit of a bigger step. It's not total victory yet. Camp is not packing up. We're not going to like dismantle the structures and, you know, everybody's just going to go home and do nothing. That's not going to happen until every one of them is out of there and this thing is dead and buried. So let's be very happy about winning the battle and showing what the power of the people can do, and that this many people coming together very clearly has made an impact on our administration. So they're not letting this go unnoticed. So that is big for us, but it's not the end. Let's not just like pass around stories to everybody saying that DAPL is over and that, you know, this pipeline is totally dead, because it's not dead. And that's exactly what happened in September, is everybody passes around. It's like, oh, it's over and nobody needs to come anymore. And then you would talk to people like, oh, I thought they stopped that pipeline a long time ago. No, they didn't. And they haven't stopped it yet. So let's be cautious of how far we go in telling people that it is 100% done, because it is not. Be happy for what we have and not make it into anything else. So that's where we are now. We're having a little celebration at camp for now, and the veterans are still here, and God, is there a lot of them. So it'll be an interesting day tomorrow, and Tulsi is here, and we'll see what happens now. We'll see whether or not they pull back their forces. We'll see whether or not they pack up their equipment, but I don't know if I see that happening. So, you know, people are going to stay at the camp, and at most, this has maybe delayed them, and this is still probably going to be an issue when Trump takes office. It's, you know, something that could continue to come up. They could get the permit later. There's a lot of different ways that this could go. They have not, like, dug up the ground and taken the pipe out. So, you know, Dakota Access can still go forward. So we'll see what happens tomorrow and then in the next coming days. And for now, we can celebrate, but we don't give up yet. Cases, yes. There's a line of cars with their headlights on that goes all the way up the hill. You can't even see where it ends. And there's just traffic as far as the eye can see. I don't even know how we're going to fit any more people at this point. So good luck to us. If you're coming on down, we might be parking on the side of the road. There's nowhere else to go. So stay tuned for what will happen in the next few days, and good night.